so I did fold my towel long way. So I folded it in half and then folded it in half again. So I got this nice long um, little snake configuration along the front of my mat. But just scooch it off just a little bit. It is going to be down on the ground where we'll start our work, but for now, just move it just so that you have a little bit of space to work. And we're going to start with just 20 seconds of twist. So all you got to do is let your arms swing, let your hips move, let your feet pivot, and then just kind of tune in and notice how you're feeling this morning. How is your body feeling this morning? Five more seconds of twisting. All right, now we're going to take it into some dynamic side bends. So we're just going to reach up and overhead, get a little lean to one side, and then over the other way. Five more seconds of work here. All right, now for 10 seconds, we're going to hold a little gentle back bend. So put your hands like you're putting your hands into your back pockets. Push your hips forward, lift your chest just a little bit, and we're just going to hold that there for 10 seconds. So just a nice little opening through the front of the chest, through the collarbones. Take a nice big breath in. Awesome. And then when you're ready, we're going to release and interlace the fingers. Push the palms flipped forward, push the palms forward, and then get a little bit of a rounding of the back, and then just hold that there for about 10 seconds. Take a nice deep breath. Notice the space between your shoulder blades. And time. Nicely done. Okay, loosen all that up, shimmy out your shoulders. Now we're going to take it into some light rear leg lifts. So we're just going to alternate. One leg is going to pick up and then the other. We're just kicking that leg back with a little bit of a straight leg configuration, and we want to see if we can get the glute muscles, those big gluteus maximus muscles to kick on. So one leg is just going to lift up and back, and then the other. Tune in here, notice how's your balance. So if your balance is like way off this morning, then you're going to apply that to your work. And then sometimes the towel might just get pushed off to the side. We got 5 more seconds of work here. All right, now take it into some high knees. Pick one knee up and then the other. Touch the knees or just lift it up to a height that seems appropriate to you. $15 seconds left. Good morning, Liz. Liz, we need a bath towel this morning and hand weights this morning. All right, 5 seconds left. Nicely done. Okay, set both feet down on the ground, and we're just going to take it into a nice bounce and shake. So we're just going to pop the heels, let your body bounce, maybe move a little bit, let your arms jiggle, maybe give your arms a little shake, just kind of moving and bouncing everything. So bouncing like this is good for the lymphatic system. Lymph fluid does not move on its own. We use our body, we exercise, and we move our limbs. And bouncing and shaking is one of the nicer ways that you can find. I think it's a little bit fun. So just bounce and shake it all around. Let your fatty tissue jiggle a little bit. Let your skin jiggle a little bit. Let your muscles jiggle a little bit. We got 30 seconds left. Maybe take it a little side to side. Pick up one leg, kick it around. Pick up the other leg, kick it around. 20 seconds left. Bouncing and shaking. Maybe even give your shoulders a little shimmy shake. Anything that feels good. Just get your body energized, raring up, ready to go. 15 seconds left. Bounce and shake as much as you like. Yes. Looks like a dance party on my screen. Woo-hoo! Three seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, grab a set of weights. So light weights here, probably it's a little bit in the shoulders, but move your towel just so that you have a little bit of space to move. We're going to take a nice wide stance with the legs. We're going to sink into a light little squat, and then we're going to pivot, rotate out to the side, press the arms up and overhead. Come through a little squat in the center, pivot, rotate, and push the arms up the other way. We got 1 minute on the clock. You choose the weights that is most appropriate for you here. We're just going to do a little pivot, twist, and press up and out to the side. Yes, nice work. A little squat in the middle. Beautiful. 10 seconds left. Nice work, you guys. Nice work. And time. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to stick with our weights, but now we're going to add our towel in as a little guideline. So we're going to place that towel long ways, that little snake of a towel long ways on your mat. And now we're going to use it as a little bit of a guide. So come to one tail end. We're going to hold our laundry basket hold. So we're going to imagine that we're holding a laundry basket up and out in front of us, and we're going to keep that hold. And now we're going to carefully step over and across. So we're going to take a big step. Use that towel as a guide. If your balance is way off or your knee lifts are not there this morning, you might choose to take the towel and put it off to the side so that you don't trip over it. But the towel is there to offer a guideline so you know how big to step up and over. We're stepping at a little bit of a zigzag pattern, and we're holding our laundry basket out in front of us the whole time. So arms are nice and strong. And then once you've got that down and you know where you're going, you're going to not look down. You're going to step over and across, a nice big step. Yes, beautiful. 25 seconds left. And time. Awesome job. Lower your arms down. Give your shoulders a little shake. We are going to stick with those weights, but now we're going to position ourselves slightly towards the front end or the back end. This is where the variation will come in. Just what's your preference. We're going to alternate rear lunges. So we're going to load up at the shoulder. We're going to step one foot back into a little lunge, step it forward, step the other foot back, and step it forward. If you feel a little unstable with rear lunges and you're working on that, you're going to think step back, foot wide. So you're going to step that foot back towards the back corner of your mat so you feel nice and stable as you come into that lunge. If rear lunges are not your thing, you're going to take it into some front lunges, which means that you might step towards the back end of your mat, step forward, sink into your lunge, alternating sides. You take this at your pace. Forward lunges, backward lunges, just whatever feels stronger to you. And time. Nice job. Okay, now we are going to stick with those weights, but you'll decide whether or not you need to put them down just based on the work that you're doing. We're going to start to find a little tightrope walk. So we're going to walk towards the end of your towel, start to find one step foot on, and then see, can you walk a tightrope pattern? So one foot in front of the other, nice and slow and controlled. Once you come to the front end, can you walk yourself backwards? Take it nice and slow. Take your time, find that control, step yourself all the way to the back, step off, and then do it again. We got 1 minute on the clock. You're going to take that walk at your pace, trying to find control. If you feel like your balance is way off and having that towel underfoot is just creating too much of an imbalance, walk in a nice little tightrope walk without the towel, or walk alongside of it, and you can use the towel as sort of a guideline. But if you feel like you can take that challenge, walk on the towel. Once you've got it down and you can walk forward and back without looking down at the towel, maintaining that nice strong posture, staying nice and upright, looking forward instead of down so you know where the towel is, you know where your feet are connected to the space that you're working in. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. 5 seconds left. And time. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to put the toes and the balls of the feet onto the folded up towel. So just your toes, just the toes and the balls of the feet are on. We're going to load up the shoulders and we're taking it into some good morning. So we're going to hinge at the waist, pushing the butt back. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see what we've got going on. So load up at the shoulders, hinge forward, press into your heels to come up, but the toes and the balls of the feet are going to stay elevated on the towel the whole time. If that creates too much tension in the hamstring muscles and it's not a good position for you, take your feet off. But otherwise, if you can keep them there, stay loaded at the shoulders, hinge from your waist, heart forward, butt back. You got it. Nice work. As you do that forward bend, just check your abdominal muscles. So if your belly kind of gets soft as you bend forward, can you keep the belly firm? Think about sucking the abdominal muscles in as you hinge from your waist. Yes, nice work. And time. Beautiful. Come on up, shake out your feet, wiggle out your toes. But now we're going to take it into a split stance, but we're going to do our split stance on the towel. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Find that nice little tightrope stance, load up at the shoulders, and now it's going to be a little squat. It's going to be 30 seconds with 1 foot forward and then 30 seconds with the other. How far down you go with that squat, that's going to be totally up to you. Make sure you're strong and in control of that maneuver. Ideally, over time, what can happen is that you can come all the way down and push yourself all the way back up. But if you're not there today, don't worry about that. Just go where you feel the strongest, where you feel the most control. We have 30 seconds with one leg forward. Keep that nice upright posture. So chest and the chin stay lifted. You bend the knees, sit the butt down, and then come back up nice and strong. Nice work. Now, if it feels a little too unbalanced, you can always just have 1 foot on, 1 foot off the towel. But when you're ready, we're going to switch to the other side. So other foot's going to step forward, other foot's going to step back. Find your balance first, and then come right back to those squats. And time. Awesome job. Step both feet off. Give them a little shake. Now we're going to step sideways. So we're going to put heels on in a sumo squat. So the heels are going to be on the rolled up towel. Legs are nice and wide and the toes are externally rotated. And then once you've got your way there, just load up at the shoulders, sink into your squat, rise up nice and strong. We got 1 minute on the clock. I forgot to say, we don't have any speed rounds today, but this is one of those places. If you have good form and things are feeling good and you're in the mood for some speed, here's a great place to kick those big muscles into high gear. Go as fast as you like. Five seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, come on off, kick your heels around just a little bit, mush your feet. And now we're going to grab our towel. So set your hand weights down. We're going to grab the towel, and now we're going to put our pants on. So we're going to do 30 seconds one leg, 30 seconds the other leg. So you're going to hold onto your towel. How far up or down you go, that's just how good your balance is this morning. So we're going to put our pants on, step the foot through, take your pants off, but we're going to stay with that 1 foot for 30 seconds. So holding balance, put your pants on and then take them off at a pace that works good for you. And then what we want to try to do is see if we can keep a nice upright posture. So if you're bending forward to put the towel underneath the leg, can you stay a little bit more upright? Can you pull that knee a little higher to your chest? Yes, nice work. All right, when you're ready, switch legs, take it over to the other side. And time. Woo, good job. Set your feet down. Okay, now we're gonna hold a horse stance. So somewhere in between a low squat or a wide squat and a sumo squat. So step your feet just so. Toes are gonna be slightly externally rotated. We're gonna sink into this strong stance. We're gonna hold that strong stance. We're gonna use our towel, and now we're gonna hold that strong stance with the legs, but now we're gonna do a little shoulder mobility work. So you're gonna get a nice wide grip on your towel. You're gonna go all the way up and overhead, just as far as your shoulders will allow. See if you can flip it all the way around to the backside and then take it back over. We got 1 minute on the clock. We're holding that strong stance with the legs the whole time. How wide your arms go on that towel, that's just totally up to your arms, as wide as your arms will allow, so that you can swing it up and over and then back forward. Nice work. We want to avoid pain here. So if you've got anything going on with your shoulder that makes it so that it's a little bit cranky, you might choose to take an alternating backstroke so that you're not injuring your shoulder. So make sure you're doing the work that makes you feel strong, no pain. Don't lose that nice strong squat. You want to sit into those legs. Yes, nice work. 15 seconds left. And time. Awesome. Okay, now when the towel comes forward, hold that stance. We're just going to do a little laundry before we come down. So we're going to take our towel, fold it in half, fold it in half again. We're holding that squat. All right, now we've got it folded in half, folded in half. Now we're going to fold it in half and then fold it in half again. So we're going to get a little bit of a mound. Once you've got that mound, woo, release that horse stance, shake out your legs. We're going to set that down and off to the side. Take one hand weight with you. We're going to come down into a kneeling position or a kneeling lunge. So Judy got to do this yesterday with me, but we're only going to do 30 seconds on each side today. So right foot's going to be, left foot's going to be forward in the lunge. Left hand is going to be loaded. We're going to keep that hand up and overhead, 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. So I'm just going to face out so you can see what's going on. In that low lunge position with the arm up and overhead, as you reach down to touch the ground, your hips are going to shift out to the side, and then you're going to come up nice and strong. So we're using the hips and the side glutes, gluteus medius, gluteus minimus, to help control this maneuver. The arm stays up the whole time. 30 seconds of work here. Now, as you do that work for that little bit of extra challenge, you're going to look up at that weight the whole time, touch the ground, come back up. Keep looking at the weight. That's where you're going to find that good sense of challenge. Where's the floor? The hand touches down and then comes right back up. This is a part of the Turkish get-up. So we're working towards a full Turkish get-up. So this is just a portion of it. All right, we got 4 seconds left. Now I'm going to offer you a challenge to switch hands and switch feet without touching down to the ground. So if you like, switch your lunge, switch your hand. Once you've got it all set up, arm and up and overhead, we reach down, touch the ground, the hip moves out and then comes back in. And for that added bit of work, you're going to look at that weight the whole time you're touching down and coming back up. Nice. And time. Beautiful job. Okay, lower that arm down, step the other foot back. So now we're going to take it into a tabletop position, but we're going to take our towel and place our folded up towel under one knee and one shin. I'm going to start with the towel under my left shin specifically so that my outer hip is facing out towards the camera so you can see what's going on. So one knee, one shin on the towel, one knee and one shin off. And then right away, you're going to notice that you're a little uneven in the hips. So we're going to bring that right knee, the knee that's not on the towel, bring it in line with your other knee. And now we're going to do our little hip dip. So the knee is going to touch down to the ground and then it's going to pull up nice and strong or pull it up level with the knee. So the knee just taps down. Everything else stays as stable as it can. So we're working in those hip stabilizer muscles here. So we keep a nice sturdy tabletop. Shoulders are broad, knee taps down and picks up to knee height. So it's not a big movement and it's not a fire hydrant. We're just letting the knee tap to the floor, pull back up to the other knee's height. Yes. You're already halfway there on this side. And now see if you can just tune in and sense that feeling that's working through the hips and in the low abdominal muscles. We've got 20 seconds of work left here. And time. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to switch over to the other leg. So move your towel or move yourself, however you choose to get there. But now we're going to place our folded up towel under the other shin and knee. Once you've got yourself there, line up your knees. So knees are going to be in that level position. And then we're tapping the knee down and pulling it back up to knee height. So again, it's a small and subtle maneuver, working on those finer stabilizer muscles. Keeping the shoulders broad, keeping the abdominal muscles pulled in firm. Nice work, you're already halfway there. Ten seconds left. Woo, and time. Okay, now we're gonna flip over onto our back side, but we're taking our towel with us. So we're gonna take that towel, and if you've got it in this little fold, maybe see if you can fold it one more time so it creates a little bit of a nice thick roll. And then once you've got your towel to whatever thickness you can find, we're gonna place it right between the knees and the inner thighs. And we're gonna keep it between the knees and the inner thighs for the next 3 rounds. So we're gonna get that towel rolled up, place it between the knees, and we're gonna move right into some hip bridges. So heels nice and close to the butt, feet about hip width distance apart, keeping that towel between that space of the knees. Lift your hips up, lower with control. You can load up with some weights at the hips if that feels like a way to go. But if weights free feels like the thing for you this morning, leave the weights off, you'll still get plenty of work. If you're doing your breath work here, you're gonna exhale as you lift up and inhale to lower down. Ten seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to keep that towel between the knees. Lift the legs up so the legs are in that reverse tabletop position. You'll readjust the towel as needed so that it feels like it's a good hold. But now hands are going to anchor on the ground. and we're just going to touch the toes down and then bring them back up. So we're going to maintain that bent knee position. So legs are going to stay at that 90-degree bend. We're moving the thighs away from the belly and then pulling the thighs back up. So we're holding that towel between the thighs, both toes touch down, both toes pull back up at the same even pace. If this is a lot of work and you need something in between, you're going to go about 45 degrees out, pull it back in with control. You're still going to get tons of work here, even if your toes don't tap all the way down to the ground. Nice, you're already halfway there. And time. Okay, let your feet touch down to the ground. Keep that towel between your knees, and now it's going to be that little curl up. So hands alongside the hips, feet at that hip width distance apart, maintain that little towel hold between the knees. We're going to reach through the fingers, curl up just a little bit, crunch those abdominal muscles, roll your way back down nice and slow. We got 1 minute on the clock. We're crunching up and then lowering down. Find that nice reach through the fingers. Exhale as you curl up, inhale to release back down. Focus on pulling the abdominal muscles down towards the spine as you curl up. Beautiful. You're already halfway there. And time. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to do the bottom half of our Turkish get up, but we're just going to use the towel handhold instead of using our weight at this point. So load up in your left hand, left knee is going to be bent, right arm is going to come out to the side. We're going to keep that left arm reaching up to the sky. You're going to push into your right hand, lift up, look at that hand, come all the way back down with control. We got 30 seconds on this side, so you're going to go up and down at your pace. Look at that towel, reach up, sit up, look at that towel as you come back down again, nice and slow and controlled. How many you get in, that's up to you. You're going to find that good controlled work. You're going to stay looking at that towel as you lower down, look at that towel as you lift up. Yes, nice work. So this is the bottom half of the Turkish get up. Once you put it all together, as you come up, you push into that hand, you swing it all the way up and around. And then that second half that we worked on is that lunge. But we're going to just stay with that bottom half. When you're ready, we're going to switch to the other side. So switch hands, bend your right leg. Left arm is going to come out nice and wide. We're going to look at that right hand as we lift up and look at that right hand as we lower down. Nice work. And time. All right, the next time you come up, stay up in an upright seated position. And now we're going to step the feet slightly wide. So feet are going to come towards the outer edges of the mat. So a little bit of a wide configuration with the legs, hands behind the head. We're going to push our head into our hands into the head. So we create that nice strong posture, good sense of resistance. We're going to rotate to one side, take a little side bend, lift back up, rotate through center over to the other side. Side bend, come back up, through center, and the whole time we're maintaining that nice strong posture. Head is pushing into the hands, hands into the head. We twist, side bend in the twist, come back up, rotate the other way. Keep your legs as strong as you can. So we're going to keep a light flex in the feet, a micro bend in the knees if you need to, just so that you can stay in that nice upright posture. And time. Nicely done. Okay, release your hands, wiggle out your knees. We're gonna bring soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. So come into a little butterfly here. But once you've got your legs in a good butterfly shape that feels good to you, hands to the inside of the knees. Knees are gonna push up into the hands and the hands are gonna create a resistance. So push your knees up, resist with your hands, hold that strong resistance for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your inner thighs, catch hold of your feet, lean your heart forward just to a point that it feels like a good, nice, good stretch for you. Awesome. Think about lifting up through the top of your head. Let your chest follow. We're going to send both legs nice and long with a big bend in the knees. Take a nice big breath. Reach up and overhead. Exhale, reach towards your feet. Beautiful. Walk yourself up nice and slow. We're going to spin the legs around so we come through a tabletop position. Our last little stretch we're going to take here is just a little puppy pose or heart melting pose. So we're going to, from this tabletop position, you're going to keep your hips in line with your knees. You're going to walk your hands forward, arms as wide as feels good. I like my hands to the outer edges of the mat. And then once you found that nice space for the shoulders, you're going to let your chest drop down, let your forehead drop down, and take 3 nice big breaths here. Nice. When you're ready, with control, walk yourself back up to that tabletop position, curl your toes under, lift your butt up, walk your feet towards your hands or your hands toward your feet, find your little folded position, and then from here, bend your knees a lot, roll on up to standing, roll your shoulders around, down and back. You guys are amazing. Nice work today. Grab your foam roller if you're sticking around.